You do the salute, do your salute. Number 2 is you do the waslick. And I return the waslick. Number 3 is she does a parry and a backhand. Then I do the parry and backhand. Number 4 is she does the two-handed parry here like that and hit. Or I do the two-handed parry and hit like that. All right, that's your first set on the trading of the inside-inside deflection. Okay, on to the number 2 angle, which is a backhand diagonal head or neck level. First, when this comes in, you're going to meet here on the hand. That should hit directly to the back of the hand, which should smash the hand. Disarming from here should be instantaneous and easy. For training, we click the stick, you check here like that. We strike or touch the meaty part of the forearm and then return. So she's going to sweep outside, touch the meaty part, and then return. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Just as in the angle number 1, I want to move with the blow if I can. So I'm going to move this way and strike, move this way and strike. So if you see this, she's trying to strike me at the head or neck level, and I'm going to move this way as much as I can. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Notice the left hand is palm down, and it works every time. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So train your left hand each repetition. Okay. Same principles apply. We sweep this so that the pressure comes to the shoulder level. So as she is striking me here, I don't want to leave this here because this will now spring back and hit me in the head. So I want to put it back here like that and then strike forward and then put it back so that it's not hitting the hip. High, 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 high. Okay, that's the first one. Second one is to do this with the palm up because you may end up in this position and then follow it from there. Sorry, we're not doing the technique. So if I go like that, pat, here like that, that's your second one, and you strike. Okay, so this is palm up. The third one is I slash the arm as it comes at me. Check and hit the body. Slash the arm, check and hit the body. Here. So slash and hit, slash and hit, slash and hit, slash and hit. So you slash one on the arm, one on the body. One on the arm, one on the body. The fourth one is to slash the body first, then come out and strike the arm. Slash the body and strike the arm. Slash, hit the arm. Slash, hit the arm. Slash, hit the arm, hit body, sorry, and slash the body, hit the arm. So if we do the 4, number 1 is I parry or outside deflect, palm down. That's it. Palm down here. Number 2 is palm up. Number 3 is to slash and hit the body. Slash it and hit the body. Number 4 is to slash the body first and then hit the arm. Slash the body first and then hit the arm. That's it. Okay, now that gives you your first 4 on the number 2 angle. Now, we have the same problem when we do this in that the rear hand may fly at any time. This punch can come. So we're going to have you do just one drill, but it forms a flow drill. It's a nice little drill for this. Outside deflect and hit. When the punch comes, you're going to steer it with your stick. Catch it here. You don't have to grab it. Just catch it and slash through here like this. Then she's going to strike an inward with me, and I deliver it to her. Outside deflection and hit. You see the second. If I'm going to punch her face, I have to go right inside of this stick. 1, 2. We slash together. Outside deflection and hit. Parry, check, and hit. Slash the inward. Outside deflection and hit. Parry, check, and hit. Slash. Outside deflection and hit. Parry, check, and hit. And slash. Outside deflection and hit. Parry, check, and hit. And slash. 1, 2, 3, 4. 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 And slash. That forms your last drill on the isolation drills or the inside and outside deflection series. All right, now we're going to go into your abecedario section for the phase 1 blocking and returning, or counter-attack, counter for counter. So what she's going to do is she's going to feed the number 1. I'm going to use the inside deflection and hit. When the number 2 angle comes, I'm going to use the outside deflection to hit. Those you've already had. Number 3 is at the inward at the waist. Number 4 is a backhand at the waist. And number 5 is a straight thrust here. So I'm going to sweep the number 1 and hit. sweep to number 2 and hit. Once you've learned those two, 3 and 4 are the same. You drop to the level and hit. You drop to the level and hit. On number 5, I have a choice. If my stick is to the inside of the incoming blow, I'm going to move to the inside and hit. If my stick is slightly outside, I'm going to move to the outside and hit. And then we trade 5 for 5. So I swing 1 and hit, 2 and hit, 3 at the waist level, 4 at the waist level, 5 at the straight thrust and hit. 1, hit, 2, hit, 3, hit, 4, hit, 5, hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, back like this. The hallmark of this first section is that your stick tip is pointed up. Your stick is right here in the middle. You can move to the blow here. Your stick is right in the middle. You can move to the blow here. This way, or this way, or this way. Again, one more time. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back this way. Okay, so that's your first set. Again, the tip is held upward. Now, the next set is explained a number of different ways. If I swing at Di and miss, and then she swings at me, I'm going to have to use the umbrella deflection. Because the stick tip is now on this side, economy dictates that I take it this way and here. And again, the disarming and the techniques will follow in the later phases. So we're going to use this here, hopefully hitting the hand on the way up, taking the force over the back of your head, stepping behind the blow, and striking. If this is struck correctly, this will be gone. Okay, that one will already be gone. And we do that just to dramatize the fact that when the hand hits, you don't need to disarm, usually because the damage is enough to remove it. So if I strike, she's going to umbrella, move to the other side, and strike the nerve here like this. Now, on the number 2 angle, she's going to do the same exact thing. Lift it over your head, move it to the backhand side, and strike the nerve. So the first two, number 1, move, over, step, strike. On the number 2, you see lift it over your head, step to the back, and strike. Then I return. Angle 1, hit. Angle 2, hit. Angle 1, angle 2, angle 1, and angle 2, angle 1 here, angle 2 here, angle 1 here, angle 2 here. Okay, now, 3, 4, and 5 are obviously different. So when the 3 comes, we're going to move this way. Now, this was taught to me as though you were washing out the inside of a barrel. I don't wash out a lot of barrels, so I'm not sure if that's exactly the motion you would use. But it gets the idea that you were going to take this behind you. Guys in particular, be very careful of stopping here like this. Happens in classes once in a while, where this force will hit and the tip carries through, and you'll see an instantaneous reaction usually here. The tip, or the force, is allowed to pass right here. The next blow is a slashing or punyoing motion, but the slash goes here. We thrust the body, now put it on the backside and strike the nerve. Again for the number 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Last time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if we have 1, 2, and 3. Number 1, hit. Number 2, hit. Number 3, slash and hit. Again, every time my nerve has been hit here. On the number 4 angle, your tip is here. Again, remember the premise is that my tip is over here all the time. Maybe I swung at Di and she evaded it. Back. So now I have to bring it back here. This should combatively hit the hand, but for sure make the block. Now, as I pass this, my number 1 concern sits over there. I'm moving to the inside of the body. Anytime you move to the inside on a technique, you have to account for this hand. So what we do is we simply, for phase 1, strike it. Just put it on the forearm like that. And go easy. Try not to hit the knuckles or any bony area. Just lay it on the forearm. So if I feed the number 4, she's going to do the low wing right with the strike here like that. Okay, so 1 through 4. Number 1, hit. Number 2, hit. Number 3, thrust and hit. Number 4, tap. Okay, so you see this hand is out of the picture for the first 2. Because she has moved to my back, it's hard for me to find her. Again, she's moved to my back, hard to find her. On the number 3, you're inside only for a moment, but it's hard to punch when you're being thrusted here, and then it's hit. Number 4 is you pass it and you strike it. Now, number 5, she has a choice. Again, it depends on where this sits. If it sits over here, or if it sits here, and this is made in an instant. So if I strike, and my stick is right here, I'm going to slash and hit. If I strike and my stick passes slightly through, then you're going to hit here. So it's a difference of whether the stick goes on this side or on this side of the incoming thrust. So as I thrust, again, her stick is tilted to the backhand side. She can do the low wing to the left and hit. She can do the low wing to the right and strike here like that. So if I feed 1 through 5 to Diana, that's number 1, hit. Number 2, hit. Number 3 with the thrust and hit. Number 4, check the rear hand at the end. Number 5, now you have your choice. Just let them go here and hit, or let it go here and strike. Okay, I'll feed one more time. 1, hit. 2, and hit. 3, slash and thrust and hit. 4, you take it here and hit. 5, into the inside, or 5 to the outside and hit here like that. Okay, now, third system. If I have swung at die from the backhand side and my stick missed, I now have to use the stick from that side of the body. So the stick now, instead of being here or here, is tilted slightly to the backhand side. I missed somehow. So when the number 1 comes, you're going to do what's called a gunting. Gunting is any scissors motion here like that. The gunting can be done here, but it's not done safely usually by beginners because they hit the crazy bone, they'll hit the hand, sometimes they hit the face, or they get hit in the groin. And we want you to be training safely and comfortably. So we're going to put this here, pass the hand underneath here like that, and that's 1 return here like this. So again, I do the gunting and I return. Okay, on the 2, you're going to lift it into a shield position, check, then push it just slightly and hit. These simulate 2 disarms later. When I do this position, there's already a disarm here if I can get to that position. If I miss this one, there is already a disarm here when we do the strike. But for the training, all we're going to do is go like that and strike. And again, as we've illustrated before, once you hit that, it's already gone, and it will take no type of leverage to take it out. Okay, so number 1, her stick is tilted that way. She does a gunting, pat, and hits here. Number 2, she does the high wing shield on the number 2. Okay, number 3, you can stop it first and then hit it, or you can hit it first and then go here like that. For the training, we're going to do both together and then strike here like this. So this would hopefully hit her hand here and hit the nerve here, then do the disarming here like this. So for the training, we go 1, 2. All right, so you see where her stick is low here. That's hit my hand, that's hit my nerve here. That will fall out. Okay? This hits my hand, that hits the nerve, that will fall out. So 1, 2, and 3. Number 1, pop and hit. Number 2, and hit. I'm sorry. Number 1, I'm going to get the system pop. Number 2, up and hit. Number 3, if you hit like that and pass. Now, number 4, your stick is here and then this is going to pass under. We don't generally use the low wing here like this. Although you can, but it takes good legs. It takes really a lot of timing and power speed to get here. So what we do is we snap it down this way. A true drop deflection, taught classically, would go down, up to the groin, eject, and hit, then follow up here like this. Instead of having you go through that whole procedure, we're just going to snap down here like this. So that's number 4. You see it? The checking hand may land on the inside. The checking hand may land on the outside. So her stick is tilted slightly this way, and she's just going to tap it here like this. One more time. Perfect. Okay, so if I feed Diana 1 through 4, again the premise, she tried to backhand me and miss. That's number 1 and you hit. She tried to backhand me and miss, and that's number 2 and hit. That's it. She tried to backhand me and miss, that's number 3 and you hit. She tried to backhand me and miss, pack, that's number 4, and we snap here. Now, last one, on the 5. We're going to pass and hit here. This can hit to the head. This can hit to any target on the body and then disarm here. What we're going to do is have you pass outside of her body line for safety. So you parry and hit here like this. So again, somehow I'm over here, so I just parry and hit like that. As this goes past me, I'm in this position anyway, so I might as well hit the hand and again then complete the disarm. So if I do 1 through 5 on your last set, 1 and hit, 2 and, I'm sorry, you do 1 and hit, 2 and hit, 3 and hit, 4 and hit, 5 pass and hit. That's it. Okay, that is your abecedario for phase 1. All right, last section for your single stick in the phase 1 training at the Minnesota Collie Group. We teach 5 disarm principles, although there are many, many disarms, thousands, maybe millions. That's a little exaggerated. Number 1 principle is when we meet the stick here, in the sector of number 1, we pull this through and snake disarm. So what she's going to do is snake her hand around my arm. Her wrist meets my wrist. There's a triangle between my stick, her arm, and my arm. Here like this, and then she's going to push it through with her forearm. So we think of 1 hit on the hand, 1 hit on the kneecap, 1 hit to the head, 1 hit on the hand, 1 hit to the kneecap, 1 hit to the head. 1 hit the hand, 1 hit the kneecap, 1 hit the head. Obviously she misses the hand, misses the kneecap, and swings through for the head. Again, that's 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Now, the snake disarm also exists on this side. So it exists as a disarm on the other side of the hand. So when you swing, you can put your hand here and go around this way and disarm. So she can insert the hand here and do the disarm on this side. Or you can insert the hand here and do the disarm on this side. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, or 1 slash here and 2, or 1 slash here and 2. Again, when you move this way, be sure to check that hand and then disarm this way. So you have a snake going counterclockwise and a snake going clockwise. Second one, we use the word vine disarm. The rattan that you're using is a vine. It's classified as a vine. So if I'm using the rattan here as my lever to disarm, then they call it a vine disarm. So there's many positions. The first one you'll be taught is to go like that, hit low, hit the nerve here, and then place the triangle like that. If I push her stick down and my stick up, it will disarm. In class, most likely you will be asked to keep the stick like this. That prevents us from shooting it across the room where other people can get hit, and it's a little dangerous. And also, if there's a lot of people in your class, you have people stepping on sticks and rolling ankles and things like that. So what we do is we put it here and you're asked to keep it. Now, when you go like that, if your partner decides to hang on too tight, we have a number of choices. The most fun one is to squeeze them like that and let them know that you wanted to practice the disarm. So we can squeeze the thumb here like this, or you can squeeze on the finger side here like this. It's nothing more than clamping and clamping. Traditionally, we are taught to give 2 sides here like that, and then use it as a throwing here like this. I'm not going to throw because this hurts. Or the way Tuan Leogahi taught it is that you grab here like that and you pull the thumb off the body. So you pull this thumb off and then continue with your follow-up here like this. These things I don't know, they've only been taught to me, but it sounds like it's true. Now, other positions for this disarm. You can use this side of the stick if it's long enough. So we say puño, but you can use this end here like that. You can use the long end on the top. You can use the short end on the top. You can even put this on your shoulder and use it here like that and cut back out. So these are all vine disarms. The one for your test again is going to look like this. Inside, hit low, hit high, and compress. Okay, next one. We say quick release. Okay, quick release means that the stick released from the hand. It's shot out of the hand. There's several different ones. The one you'll be asked to do in phase 1 is you inside deflect. Your thumb goes inside of her grip. So you deflect and you hit here. The thumb goes inside the grip. As you pass it, she's already been hit. You pull towards your body and slash at the same time. If it comes into your hand, you can now use your double stick patterns. Or sometimes this will just release here like that, and then you would follow up using your single stick patterns. So the next one, again, put the thumb inside the grip. there is pressure from your fingers on the back of her hand, or the little finger side of her hand, and it's pulling towards my center, here like that. Okay, now, third one is called a strip. There are many strips, but you're grabbing the stick and stripping it away from the hand. So you'll probably be given one with the tip up, where you strip this way. One with the tip down, where you strip this way. But again, the principle is to just grab the stick and strip it away from the hand. The last principle is what we call the wave. The wave is easily seen. If you try the strip and it won't go, you use your elbow and you make the shape of a wave to bring it out. So what I've done is I've taken her stick and you make the shape of the crest of a wave here to take it out. I think that's seeable on the camera here, like that. Other places you will see this. Sometimes you'll see it off of the vine disarm and they will turn it this way like that. Sometimes you will see it when you tried this strip, but maybe it failed this way, and they will bring it back here and use the angle this way. So you see that shape of a wave coming back at your partner. Sometimes you will see it in the shape of a slow, here like that, and here, and then hit like that. Okay, these are examples of the wave disarm. Now, these can all be done empty-handed. This is probably the most important part, actually. So, number one is I can snake disarm. You'll be asked to do this drill in class. Snake disarm and snake disarm. So if you think of it as a right, left, right. Right, left, right. Right, left, right. Left, right. Now vine disarm. Occasionally you will end up in this position. So I can have my hand like this, or I can have my hand like this, doesn't matter. But I'm going to use my own arm to help pry that out. Now, be very careful when you work this disarm because the tip flaps up and hits her in the face. So you see, sometimes you can actually enhance it by pushing your forearm this way, and the tip will fly up into the face, and then you can strike with your left hand. So again, the vine disarm could be here like that, could be other shapes. This is the one you'll be taught, is here this way like that. All right. The quick release is going to be here like that, and again, there are many techniques for follow-up. For phase one, you want to just get the quick release. Quick release can be from the top. Be very careful because sometimes this disarm in particular goes in the groin. You see the tip here, and then you will do the locking or controlling that way like that. Okay, so again, this is the quick release here like that. There's many, many versions of this. Sometimes they use a forearm. Sometimes they'll use what they call a shelf. The shelf is this here like that, so they put it here. So there's many different versions of it. Sometimes they'll pass it. And again, this is the quick releasing here like that. You gun it here, use the tip here, and this right there. But they put the choke on like that. All right. Then the wave, you can just catch it. We used to call it a pop-up disarm. Okay, Steve Larry Hartzell called this the pop-up disarm, and he was very good at it. But you just catch it. So if the stick doesn't have too much momentum or velocity, or maybe she missed a couple of times, and I can just catch it like that and take it away, this is back to what they call the wave disarm, or pop-up disarm. Okay, we're going to introduce some of the close range skills that we do at the Minnesota Collie Group. In your phase one, you have a trapping section. Trapping hands got very famous with the era of Bruce Lee and Dan Inosanto, but we've carried it on, and I think it's an important skill for you to learn. It's just a piece of the close range fighting that we do, but it's an important piece. So I'm going to use Joe here to just illustrate. What I'd like you to do is place your left hands together here, such as would happen if I tried to eyeball him and it failed. Or maybe just in a clash, we end up here like that, so I can just trap the hands here in my hand and hit him. So the first thing you're going to do is just attach, trap, and hit. And he's going to do it. You attach, trap, and hit. Attach, trap, and hit. Attach, trap, and hit. I'll have Steph here and Joe go back and forth in the left lead. So you attach, trap, and hit. Attach, trap, and hit. Attach, trap, and hit. Attach, trap, and hit. Good. Now notice that when they do this, the hand does not retract back to here before it goes forward. The hand is allowed to just spring forward from this position. So the shot is only this long. The punch is that far. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, the first possibility is that he answers it with the rear hand and pushes it over. He's trying to keep it off his face. This may have made contact. Maybe I hit him first, and then he pushes it off his face. So I'm going to bend at the elbow and grab this as it goes by, back fist his face. As he's here, I'm going to try to pin both hands together. So I have one pin, on his tricep here and one pin on his tricep here, and we punch straight up the middle. So we use the term Pak Sao, Lap Sao, Gum Sao. Okay, then I'm going to have Joe and Steph do it. So we use the term Pak Sao, Lap Sao, Gum Sao. Nice. Pak Sao, Lap Sao, Gum Sao. There it is. So as they go back and forth, they're going to get a little flow going here. 1, 2, 3. So you build the fluidity first and the coordination first, then the speed and power will come later. So it is important that as the hand goes forward, it doesn't retract and come back to go back into the fray. If you watch what they're doing, they're both very close the whole time. Pak Sao, Lap Sao, Gum Sao. And again, when you train, just go easy on your partner. Notice we're not making contact. He's not hitting me, and I'm not hitting him. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's your first trap in the phase 1. Center line answer means that he's not pushed over. It's still in the center of the body here. So Joe's going to push it out to the side. We say Loi Pak, and then slide up and Sat Sao. Sat Sao is this backhanding motion to the throat, commonly called keel hand. Okay, so then you do it, Steph. So you Pak Sao, Loi Pak Sao, Sat Sao. And Joe does it. Pak Sao, Loi Pak Sao, Sat Sao. Pak Sao, Loi Pak Sao, Sat Sao. So again, the emphasis here. When you pak, you hit here. As I go to do this, I now have two hands pinned. This one's pinned and this one's pinned. If you do it this way, it is incorrect because he's now free with this arm. 1, 2. Then the next shot, this just slides down and makes a cover as this comes up here like that and hits the head. So he does it, Pak Sao, Loi Pak Sao, Sat Sao. Pak Sao, Loi Pak Sao, Sat Sao. Again, train for coordination, fluidity, sensitivity first. Beginners notoriously go too fast and too hard. 1, 2, 3, and I'll let these guys go back and do it so you can see a few repetitions. Pak Sao, Loi Pak Sao, Sat Sao. Pak Sao, Loi Pak Sao, Sat Sao. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now just to contrast it with the first one we did, you each do one Pak Sao where you cross over the center line with the rear barrier. Again, that barrier is crossing over. That's it. 1, 2, 3. This is the second one now on the center line, 2, 3. Okay, third set. What's going to happen is I've met a stiff front hand. So I tried to do my Pak Sao, but I couldn't get by the lead barrier. So what I'm going to do, as long as he's that tight, is I'm going to use it as a handle. Right? I've got to basically, when it goes like that, I've got a pull-up bar here. And I can now use it as a handle to get into the body. So we do this. We say 1 Pak Sao, 1 Lap Sao. Once I've done this, and I'm punching here like that, he's got two choices. He can try to parry this way, or try to push it out this way. If the punch is tight, it's very unlikely he'll try to stick his hand in this little space here. So what's going to happen is we Pak Sao, we Lap Sao. As he pushes on my hand, I'm going to let him push it slightly and trap this arm as it goes by. This hand rotates up and over, does a Sat Sao in the throat, and comes down as it pins. That one does a punch straight here like this. So 1 Pak Sao, 1 Lap Sao, 1 Sat Sao, 1 Gum Sao. And he does it. I give him the stiff front hand. I parry from the inside of this one. I let him pin, and he punches straight. Pak Sao, Lap Sao, Sat Sao, Gum Sao. Pak Sao, Lap Sao, Sat Sao, Gum Sao. And I'll let them just go back and forth so you can see a few repetitions. So again, Pak Sao, stiff front hand. Lap Sao, you parry across, then you let him pin. Pak Sao, Lap Sao, parry across, Sat Sao.